Hey there, playing my second match of 5-2 is okay here. You still can do Ambassador, but the 2s are good enough, so it's not too bad. Plus Delve. Anyway, this is my match against Apostolos GR. I'm sure that's not the correct pronunciation, but it's probably close-ish. So, yeah, you can think about doing, we don't have shelters, so the Grave Robber's not really in. Not that that would make it in, but, you could think about, I guess I can Delve Ambassador, so that's pretty okay. And then, I guess Ratcatcher. So we ended up with this same deck, which is interesting. You don't want an overabundance of silvers here, but you mostly want the Grand Markets and Curse Village stuff. I think a second Ambassador is completely reasonable. Now I have to consider whether I want an Academy or whether I'm going to go with the Academy. I didn't get to remove any estates, though neither did he. His Ambassador missed. He's buying a thing now. I'm gonna get maybe a second Ratcatcher is the thing. I still have not done anything with estates. Which isn't ideal. I guess I could. I wonder if he'll let me undo that. I think I'm going to buy a second Ambassador. I'm trying to eat a little bit of breakfast during this match as well, so my apologies if that intrudes on the auditory experience in any way. That could have been Candlestick Maker too, but he's a little bit thinner than me. Maybe a lot a bit thinner than me. Ratcatchers make the deck sizes potentially a little weird looking, but But yeah, like a candlestick maker would be reasonable here at some point. Curse Village too, of course. I'm probably not going to call the rat catcher, though there is some chance that there's upside to doing it here. He goes with a delve. I can't decide if... Probably can't risk it. So like there would have been some advantage to doing it there, but this is okay too. So for sure my next turn I can buy at least a Curse Village and potentially a GM. I'm a little bit behind still. But it's not insurmountable. Okay, maybe it is insurmountable. Well, there'll be pile considerations at the end. As always. But definitely he's winning the deck size battle. This is okay-ish. I can mostly keep up with that. I don't know what the copper count is in the deck or the estate. I don't know. So there's 2 ambassadors, 2 silvers, a candlestick maker, and then some other thing. I don't know which of the... I don't know if it's a copper or if it's an estate. He just gave me 2 estates. They're in the discard, right? So must be an estate. So I should, in theory, do the copper, potentially drawing something useful. This is gonna be a Curse Village for me. What does Envious do? Oh, that's fine. I mean, it may hurt the next turn a little bit, but for the most part, it's okay. It's not a big deal anyway. The deck size thing is the bigger deal, and it's certainly getting away from me a bit. More than a bit, I suppose. I would think a Curse Village would be reasonable for him, but also just hitting the whatever they're called, pretty reasonable too. The Grand Markets. He can win that split at least 6, maybe 7. It's looking like. not sure about the grave robber. I might have been tempted to just do a double. I probably should have trashed the silver there, actually. Just do a double. What am I trying to say? Double Curse Village. Here I'll go ahead and trash everything. It's interesting. I think it's fine. Should be fine anyway. I don't know if I draw everything if I have enough to get both, because then I might consider not doing the silver yet. I can get up to 4 tokens and then 8. I guess I do have enough, so I'll try for it. Would have helped to have 2 estates in this hand. So we missed it by 1 candlestick maker here. I'm gonna have to go real heavy on the candlestick makers, maybe storerooms. Or the Curse Village storeroom thing to have a chance, probably. The piles are low. I maybe should be looking at that right now. I don't think it really helps me to lower the grand markets just to buy 1 grand market there. It would surprise me that that's useful to me. I do need buys. I mean, I don't care what you do anyway. I don't. If whatever, I trust you, or I don't. I just don't care. It doesn't matter. All right. This would be the time try and steal it if possible. I don't know if I have the buys for him. I have 2 grand markets, 2 candlestick makers, a storeroom. That's 5, 6. 2 ambassadors, that's 8. So not quite there. Right. He would have it on his turn. Plus probably buying something nice. I'm going to say done reacting, I guess. Okay. There's a risk here of opening up a estate pile out for him. But I've got to get the deck size down a little bit. Question is whether I should, how I should do this. I guess I'll go for full lowering. I don't know if that's really correct or not, but I've got 2 cards in here, so I can play the storm for all this stuff, I guess. I think I have 2 cards, seems right. Okay. So I should probably colony, maybe double candlestick maker. I guess I can lower maybe the rat catchers. I could go colony, storeroom, rat catcher. That may be losing right away, but definitely gonna need to find something nice on the grand market, or it would be good to find something nice. I guess it won't make too big of a difference, but I actually have a hard time believing he can't just win here. I would expect him to be able to do like estate. Well, that's not enough, but possibly estates and rat catcher in like a duchy or something, or a province. That's quite a bit of money. Not sure. Everybody has caught the Dan Brooks syndrome. I mean, they're forgetting their ellipses, but they're doing this. like assuming he has a finish. There's no way I was gonna count with the grave robber stuff. That just was not in the cards. But it wouldn't surprise me if it were a possible win here. I mean, he's got 9 buys or something, right? Just the only issue is like the ambassadors are a little bit expensive. But again, he can ambassadors, and then that's not so much. I mean, he can always just like, well, I don't know if he has this. You could probably gain it with grave robbers. But he can always just like double province or he can't double colony, but colony province. Something like that. Pick up a storeroom. Smooth out his shuffles a little bit. It's not impossible that he like stopped either. I mean, he has 2 estates. He has 2 grave robbers and 2 ambassadors. So like he has enough stop cards that in theory he could be just holding 5 dead ones and no cursed village, but that's not maybe the most likely thing in the world. But not impossible. That's a little bit reassuring that he only got to just play the Cursed Village for its basic effect. No size decreasing. Beforehand. Heth, I noticed your name in the Discord. You're playing Philip this afternoon, I guess, for League. You need to tie him in honor of me. I think Philip and I tied like 6 or 7 League seasons or something. Maybe more than that. So, he's given me back the estates. Or an estate. Maybe he just got a win. No, he returns them, so definitely not finishing. Life goes on. I will play another turn. It's not like gonna be a good enough turn to matter that much, I don't think. But he gets the curse. Ooh, he's diluted. Yes. I can maneuver around that. I don't know if I can maneuver enough around that, because he'll still have the estate pile out option, but that's going to give me a threat at the very least. Well, yeah, because he doesn't have the grave robbers to do. Well, he can do the ambassadors, right? So I do have to still make sure he can't empty rat catchers in estates. But I can, for instance, lower the ambassadors or, whatever, some other action potentially. And he didn't really score that much either, so. I mean, he scored a little bit, but that's super nice for me. I don't know that it's going to be enough. Like, my deck is just still not as good as his, but. Okay. Question here is whether I think I'm going to be able to draw back to this candlestick maker. At the end, or whether I should just play it now. I mean, it's only a coin, so it's probably not the decider here versus potentially, I guess, top decking a candlestick maker at the end. I mean, let's see. I'm going to draw 6 of these. A couple more of them, or one more of them is a cantrip. One of them's another storm. I'm going to lean towards I'm not going to draw it and be able to play it, but. So that was, I mean, as far as what I can reasonably expect to get, that was not too bad. I could return silvers here, though I think I need the money actually, because I probably want to be able to buy several things. This is okay-ish. I don't have to ambassador again. It's not like critical that I do that. I wouldn't say. Maybe it is. I'll think. So. I mean, the main thing is I don't want to leave the estate. I don't want to have left the points play for that, for him. I'm thinking like store him. Well, how much money will I have? Right now I'm at 11. 13, 18. That's max right now, and the last cards are Colony Estate, so that's max money. It's 18. I could get a province. I mean, my ideal buy is like another Curse Village with some payload-ish things. I think I gotta do this. I don't think there's any flexibility there. So 17 could be Storeroom Ambassador. The issue there, of course, is that now the deck is big. Without a lot of Curse Villages. We already sort of barely made it through here. On the other hand, I may just need to get lucky in order to win this. Can I get Curse Village 2? I could get Curse Village Candlestick Maker. I didn't even really look for wins on my turn here, although, yeah, I think the ambassadors are just too expensive. I should have been looking for that, though. The problem's just going to be he can probably score quite a bit, too, on his turn. I could go storm Candlestick Maker Colony. That would be something. I think if I get one colony, I don't have to worry about the estate pile out, probably. That's not clear. I'm just going to go with the thing. There may be, well, there's very likely some number of better things to do here, but this isn't that great of a hand. I mean, I can't expect to get that great of a hand. He may be able to, like, double colony, which is going to really not give me any particularly good options. I should have. Maybe I should have. Well, there are a lot of possibilities for should haves here. Definitely province was a consideration. Or maybe it should have been taken more seriously as a consideration. GM to like plat would not be crazy. I don't think for him. Storm's fine too, probably. He's gonna have double colony. There's no way I can score that. On top of whatever. That's sort of the problem, is like I couldn't. I mean, I guess if I had gotten up to 11 buys, if I could do some portion of the estates. Maybe I can. I gotta think. Well, I'm probably not calling Ratcatcher, am I? I could have built better last turn, I guess. It wasn't. I just have a worse deck. I gotta think a little bit through this. Probably not calling. But let's just imagine if I was going to win this turn, what would it look like? And it would probably look like passing him one estate, me gaining the rest, and the rat catchers. Right. Which is 1 amp play spoken for, and then 10 gains beyond that. Which I think I'm up to like 9 buys, but probably the other. I mean, if I had enough money, I could convert one of my estate buys to a duchy buy, and then that would allow me to pass more estates, but like, that doesn't seem terribly likely. As far as that all goes. So, and like I'm already here needing to probably toss. Like I have to have the buy, so I almost have to play the Candlestick Maker, but maybe not. I guess I can do 3 and get a little further search space with the second storeroom. This is already more or less untenable. Okay. So I think there's a storeroom. And the bottom card here, which is good. I'm also not going to have the money. I pretty much have to play this Ratcatcher. This is pushing me towards the having to buy duchy line, which is no good. Because it just won't work. If I return 3 estates, he'll have 31, 5, 8. I could tie, but I need 10, 15, $21. No, never mind. I don't think it's in the cards now. So the question is what will... I mean, there's not really any play that probably lets me live to see another day. I can make more estates in the pile, I guess. I don't think there's a finish. If there's a finish, I'd be shocked, but someone can tell me if they think there was one. I mean, he'll have super easy finish. unless there's some real fluky draw. He'd just be able to gift me a colony and buy colony province or colony duchy or whatever. So if he's moving at all, I'll probably just resign. I mean, he has an ambassador, right? Maybe he still has an ambassador. Oh, I love thinking. I don't know why that cracks me up, but it does for some reason. I mean, I know it's just people trying to be polite and sort of signaling that they're still in the game, even if they're not clicking cards. I understand it. It just makes me laugh. There's just like no way he can't finish here. I mean, I'm not even sure there was a shuffle where it's possible. There probably is. Like, there are probably 5 stop cards in his deck, but I mean, there are 3 colonies, so 3 colonies in this. Well, I gave him the estate, so, but that wasn't in there. But there are 3 colonies in Bastard Grave Robber, so in theory he could have dudded, but he's not going to dud it, and he's going to have, he'll be able to play Cursed Village, and then the finish is real simple. As long as he's looking for any amount. Well, he probably does have $22, so that makes it even simpler than any other kind of tricks you need to do. But he's doing the colony thing. I expect he could have gotten to 22, but this is okay. Alright, so he won. He just got a little bit cleaner. I maybe was too slow on getting my second ambassador. I'd have to go back and look at the start. It was 47 minutes ago, so I don't really remember what happened, but I mean, also he's first player on his ambassador missed the shuffle though, so that usually or often can swing things back the other way. But he definitely got thinner faster. And maybe I shouldn't have bought some of the candlestick makers that I got. I could definitely be convinced of that. Okay, so this board has, a smithy and a village and buy. And of course black market as well, so I'll probably go Fairy Old Witch. And then start picking up Band of Misfits primarily if I can afford them. But the other stuff is fine too. I mean, the Band of Misfits may become it really can't become a liability. There's just too many reasonable floors to play here. It becomes worse once the minstrel's empty. But beyond that, before that, it's just so good. So you don't really worry about that too much, as long as you get some minstrels yourself. Okay, that sounds reasonable. I don't know if it's right. You could also do Haggler if you wanted to get band 4 faster. Wouldn't be too crazy. He buys a Baron, which I actually do think is a little weird, to be honest. but he's going to try and combat cursing by minstraling a lot, I guess. I mean, he got a good setup there. This is probably me playing 2 witches. This is me almost drawing deck. So just another band. This could be black market and then take Haggler if there's nothing nice to pull. It could also be Witch Minstrel playing Baron. That actually might be a little bit better. Or Haggler Minstrel. No, not Haggler Minstrel, but Witch Minstrel. I still find the Baron opening a little bit odd, but I'm going to definitely win the curse split, but I actually have never played an Old Witch game against a human being, I don't think. So I don't really know how the curse trashing portion usually works out. How clean people get. I will kind of hope. I guess it's still usually better for them just to not play the Old Witch, even if you can do a trash. Okay, this should be a pretty nice turn. I will. It's hard. I mean, you want to play the black market to get a trasher specifically. Or a militia. Ooh. I mean, I'm able to afford whatever other thing with both of these, so that's not exactly the issue. This is not. I also want to remember to get some real minstrels. Rays would be really nice. Militia would also be really nice. I'm going to go with the Rays. Though I'm not super convinced that that's correct. He has yet to trash a curse, despite me giving him 30 of them. I feel pretty good about my position. Of course, he's going to start trashing things, but he's getting arena points, which are fine. He gets his spices. Spices, you know, whatever. It doesn't inspire me a huge amount. Is there an Old Witch autoplay? There's not. That's interesting. I would think you could probably get some usage out of that. I wonder if he had 3. That'd be pretty funny. need to play the raise. He did have 3. That's super funny. Okay. So I'm going to play a minstrel here to clean that up and then play black market. Okay. Well, since I only have $4, I think I'll get the... Well, that's not actually all that clear. Because the horse traders, or whatever. There's no 2. 9 would have been nice here. Could get a haggler. Or spices. Oh, I guess the spices would be the thing to do because it'll let me buy minstrel too. Oh, that's not right. There's really no reason for me to even play this. We probably will end up splitting the arena points. He'll probably take the last minstrel here. That's okay. I got 4 of them, something like that. And I have the border village too, so I don't have to play the bands as minstrels. Though it's potentially nice. Or it would have been nice. I only have 3 bands, so like 1 is a caravan guard and then black market baron. That's okay. I'm going to need to keep playing black market though, because I do need a little bit of help from the black market. We got to think about piles, but we're not really at the point to have the gains to do it. At some point, there's potential for the barons to get a lot of estates, but I don't think I'm quite there yet. Fairgrounds will be a reasonable buy if you're trying to maneuver for points. Well, if he asks for the undo, I'll grant it. But I don't tend to verbally offer. I don't care, but it's up to him if he wants to ask for it or not. Okay, so I need to... I don't know what I want to play first. I have these... I guess probably just the minstrel. Well, that was a good flip. Two minstrels, that was a bad flip. Top deck's banned, that's not great. It could just... I mean... So there's two... Yeah, there's two... Oh, I can play Old Witch. Oh, I'm so stupid. I totally missed that. That would have been better to do earlier. Alright, this is still fine. I've got Minstrel, Old Witch, top deck, so... let's play a black market. Whoa. Okay. Ambassador is not crazy, of course. Though it has somewhat limited utility now. Or reduced utility, I should say. Village is really the best thing you could pull, but... may be able to just sort of stop his deck in its tracks. I don't really know what to buy. I don't need Rabble because the bans are basically Old Witch copies now. I don't think I need to worry about points yet. I could... I don't have enough to buy spices. I like the token where it is. He can filter, but without trashing, it still limits how good his turns can be. I think I have 3 things from the black market. Should probably get another buy. This Old Witch banned as Old Witch thing is actually pretty nice. I didn't plan it, and obviously I didn't notice it because it was true the whole time I had Band of Misfits. I didn't notice it until just last turn, so there's probably another turn earlier where it would have been better to play it as that. I mean, my turns prior were okay. I've been relatively satisfied with all my turns except that one. So maybe there wasn't a better play necessarily, but it wouldn't surprise me that there was one. Anyway, it was stupid just not to notice it before then. So, I mean, if I draw really, really well, I guess I can start looking for estate pile-outs, but probably won't happen without another Spices buy. He isn't getting a trash, which is cool. I don't know that I have any. I must have a curse left, right? Well, I didn't find it, but that's okay. I'll probably just play the black market and then I'll be able to trash it to his old whatever play, maybe. I mean, I can also play Caravan Guard and give him a curse. It's more of a question of whether I can also stop and take the arena points, but I probably need another spices. I'm gonna try the black market because it's fun. Hey, look at that. All of these things are nice. Which is the nicest is not 100% clear to me. I think I'm gonna go with the Silk Merchant actually. I'm gonna have a good amount of money this turn from the Caravan Guards. I don't think you can trigger the shuffle. even if he has the cards in it to do it. Even if he has the cards in hand to do it, that won't be. I don't think that's going to pan out. I have a hard time believing that could possibly pan out. Patrol would be really great for him. So I assume that's like an easy buy. The hope, of course, being that it doesn't matter too much, but... Oh, he put it back. Okay. He's just going to buy Province, I guess. Oh, okay. Huh. Well, I don't know exactly what I have going on. I would take the estate pile out if I could make it work. Or the Old Witch pile out, which is maybe a little more feasible. It's only $12. And then I just have to score some points. $12 assuming I can ambassador an Old Witch. So, yeah, I'm not sure. This is all pretty good so far. I don't know, this doesn't matter a whole lot. I mean, it could do... Yeah, it just doesn't matter. Probably. Okay. Do we want to spin the villager already? I have 3 bands, so that's tied up. But I need to at least check for wins. I don't know that I'm going to have a win. That's going to be maybe a little tough to do. So I'm going to need to probably score some points. What have I tossed so far? Copper, 2 coppers. There's 3 coppers in there. He doesn't have any curse in hand, so the score's not changing that way, which is good. Though I maybe would prefer he had some in hand for him having a bad turn, but whatever. So I can play one thing as a... There must be more minstrels down there, right? Did I only get 3 minstrels? I thought I had 4 minstrels. Plays a minstrel, plays a minstrel, plays a minstrel. Guess it was only 3. Silly me. I don't really want to lose the... of course, it would also have been reasonable to just leave a whatever on top. I could have poachered as well, I think, and drawn. Or got pretty close. I would like 11, because I would like to buy Fairground Spices. So, and I wouldn't like to spend any coffers. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 4 coppers for that. So the raise is just gonna stick around. That's good, I guess. I don't actually know whether I want him to toss stuff or not. I wonder if he'll clear it. He can still draw some more, of course. But it feels like he's going to leave some on top. Maybe he thinks he has a win. I think that would surprise me, but not impossible. Maybe he does. I was gonna say, that's a little bit short. All right. He was close though, so it was a little scary for me though. To get all the money would maybe have been kind of hard with his deck. But definitely I'm not sure what I could have done differently on my turn to prevent it. Probably something. I mean, I could have scored more. So here we've got Governor and discard. And we've got Governor's so funny with Bandit Fort. Got Magic Lamp, of course. And then we've got the old Lucky Coin. The Lurker opening. I mean, maybe he has 5-2. I'm not sure. I'm leaning towards like double Catapult. Myself. This is basically what you expect. Okay, this is nice. How many do you need? 6? I was sort of close to. If this had been if I'd opened Secret Cave Catapult, this would be a Magic Lamp activation. which would be kind of funny. Would have been more funny if I had drawn my So the hard part here, of course, is that you kind of want to keep the lucky coin for the chance at for improved. You really don't want the silvers, but increased chances of hitting. I would be so happy if he didn't find his lurker, but that's really unlikely. Well, it's impossible now. So he's going to discard me here. The lurker's really only here for a threat. I don't know if I want this silver or not. I'm trying to think if I'll catapult a silver or not. Or just catapult a copper. I mean, 3 isn't especially exciting. But 2 is not either. I think I probably want the silver still. My dream draw, of course, is him playing some governors and not finding catapult. Well, this would have been sweet if it had been a lamp hand, but it was not. I guess he already has the catapult in hand, or sufficient governors that he's confident of drawing it. I'll be able to buy a governor at least here. Maybe it was more important on my turn to prioritize buying a governor. The lurker play suggests that he has the lamp in hand. This should be pretty over. He really didn't. Oh, he has actions. I was gonna say he really didn't find all the wishes. Okay, I'm gonna give this guy. I never really played him. I'm gonna give this guy the benefit of the doubt here. That he can finish this game out okay. It looks like he had the. He looks like he had figured it out. He's played it clean. All right. This one is potentially a pain. It's actually not a great inheritance target, particularly. I mean, any of the little 2s and 3s are okay-ish, but not. Not like maybe change your world good to inherit. So it's not totally clear to me that you need to pursue that. There's draw here and bind whatever building. It's just a little bit, it's necropolises and moats instead of smithies. And archive is sort of your way of actually building hand size in native village over time. I'm madman, but anyway, it just suggests to me that you don't have to build too much here, but get enough of everything to be moving along pretty good. I'm leaning towards Hermit Race as an opening. Or maybe Hermit Forager. I think Thinness will still be good here. As per usual. Inheritance is also not as good because it's really easy to trash the estates. I mean, it can be good as far as a points play, I suppose. And if it was like you had, this is pretty garbagey. Draw from me. Trying to think if I want to buy the Enchantress or wait. I'm going to take the Madman. This is the bad aspect of it. Could be a lighthouse. You probably want to play with 2 lighthouses. Could be raised though. I mean, the Enchantress isn't hurting me immediately at all. Lighthouse is still okay though. It's a Madman. My Madman bottom decked, so I won't play it unless get the Enchantress. This is all nice. Okay. This could be Festival or Archive. I suppose Archive. I guess he's doing that so he can play his Madman. Gonna be reasonable to get Leprechaun pretty soon. Oh, I didn't know he had Vault. I'm gonna say no. I don't know that it really helps me. It's interesting. He did believe in the inheritance. I mean, he gets, native villages that are worth a point. Just like a question of how good are the native villages. In my mind. Actually don't need it this turn unless it gets me a money value, which it doesn't look like it will. I mean, it'll give me 3, but 5 would be more valuable. So I think I'll leave it off. Never mind, I have 3 already. Okay. Who got the second Forager? Is that me? I don't know. It's not clear there's really anything I want to buy. I don't know that I want. The only thing is native village potentially. I mean, I would have taken raise if I decided nothing was my go-to thing, but I think yeah, let's get this festival. We should. I mean, this is the easy activation for Wish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. And then Enchantress over Hermit. Could have trashed the Hermit, but I don't think that's it yet. He's going to want a lot of archives. He should have his Madman here, I think. So he's going to make the hand a little... No, that doesn't make it bigger. He can pick it up, but it'll just be the same size as it was before. Maybe it was something good he'd set aside. Yeah, that's fine. You can undo whatever you want, man. I guess I could say that to him if I want him to behave in that way. So I guess his advantage here will be that he can gain native villages and they're worth a point. My advantage is maybe that I'm a little cleaner right now. I don't know, he doesn't still have a Hermit, so you know, he's not getting them that rapidly necessarily. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Alright, this should be an archive. We're gonna for sure hit 7 again. Enchantress is more important to play than Lighthouse, I would say, because we got loose actions running around everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that the Enchantress attack is not potentially upside more than downside. I'm hoping his turns are a little worse now that he didn't have that Madman. And he doesn't have archives, so it looks like he's still gonna, if he has Leprechaun, he's still hitting Wish this time. I'm ready to green, I think, more or less. He has no durations down for the next turn, so not especially. The native village slamming, I don't know, I'm not really feeling that, but you know, it's his life. I'll play the archive. Okay, so for sure we can hit the Leprechaun again here. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Question is whether there's value in keeping the Hermit. My guess would be not a huge amount. Piles don't look like they can run. It's not impossible, but He should really be getting an archive, I think. I feel okay getting this second province before him. He can buy 2 estates, whatever. They're just not that great. Double province is not likely for me. Province duchy is fairly viable depending on if I keep wishes around. So we need to just, we don't have a lot of leeway to getting the leprechaun here. Okay, we have it though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Wish Festival can be our 6th. So that was good. Quite good. The question now is whether it's worth it to play the Wish to get whatever additional upside now versus not. I mean, it would be a festival, clearly. I guess not so clearly. I mean, if it doesn't give me anything here, there's no reason to play it. So I have 10. 12 is nothing special. I could deny an estate, I guess. I don't know what that really does for me, but I assume I'll probably get a vault next turn off one of the wishes, because that's fairly likely to be good money. I guess you had to pick up the province or to play some stuff. He'll go province estate too. How do you tell how many cards are on there? Oh, he picked up the native village, so. Oh, he didn't even buy province. Okay. Okay. Well, I can keep setting stuff aside and, for me, make double province. More likely. Take a copper. I mean, it's not like he's going to triple. He hasn't set aside cards. So, I can get my third. And I can get set up to double. 5 should be sufficient. I don't know how many wishes there are running around. I have 2. He might have 1. I don't know how many are in that pile, so... do I have my other forager still? I guess I do, so... I got the leprechaun, so we are going to hit that again. This isn't completely clear to me, but nor this one. Okay. I wonder... well, never mind. I guess I should count to see what I've got exactly here, but... 9. Yeah, that's not... this seems right. I mean, I could have got another archive off that wish there, but... if we lower some of this stuff, we may have a opportunity here. I'm all about the archives today, or this game. What is my native village? It's hard to see. Can I click on it? Oh, okay, cool. 3 cards. Some stuff. Do some quick math. I was really surprised he didn't take a province last turn. Doubles should be... well, I don't really have anything in hand yet, but... doubles should be pretty doable for me here. Depending on draws, of course. I gotta find out how many... how many wishes there are in the old wish pile. There are 12. Okay. He might have both of them right now. No, I have one. I have one. Is he gonna go province duchy? I'm gonna have to pick up Matt here, which isn't really when I want to do it. He doesn't have anything on Matt. This should be vault, I guess. Pretty clearly. Okay. So this probably is already double province duchy, which I think is pretty safe. Four, 7, yeah. I mean, it's a little more than that. I guess I should check if there's a triple. Because the wish is potentially a gold or another vault, which might be more points. I mean, triple should just be winning. So I should at least check it, though it's not likely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12, 15, 17, 18. Oh yeah, triple is for sure in the cards. I don't even have to not play the Enchantress, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, 19, 21, 22. And in fact, I don't. If I knew there was a gold in the bottom, I could probably, but I don't have the deck tracking to have done that. I could probably wish for whatever, but triple province, 18 points should just be insurmountable. I could get a vault though. From the wish. 12, 21, 22. And maybe play another archive or something. Or maybe I should just take the... Well, yeah, I'm not getting the pro. Okay, that didn't really change anything, but... He has to get so many duchies now. She can get a couple, but I would be beyond shocked if he can do a win here. And it should be more or less impossible for me to fail with this hand. I think it's literally impossible. I don't know that it would have changed the outcome, but I do feel like that turn he should have taken a province when he built more. Like, there's just not... I don't think there's time for that. This has got the stuff. You know, the stuff. Um, 3-4 is probably a little better here. You can probably save a... Well, you can save an estate. I mean, if you get a lackeys, you can save one anyway, so it's not maybe that big of a deal. And I think it's reasonable to take a lackey, so maybe I'll go develop lackeys. That seems okay. It's not the fastest to 7 though either, so it wouldn't be unreasonable to go horse traders lackeys or silver lackeys. I'll go horse traders lackeys. Oh, we got another arena board. Yeah. Oh, Faithful Hound. I don't actually like that better than lackeys. I guess first 7 would probably go to expand. This should be a seer. Pretty sure. He's all about the... He's all about the Faithful Hound here. Oh, you can do the arena trick. I see. I've got it now. I understand what he was heading for. What did he just not... It must have been bottom deck. I see the arena. The arena trick. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Is it better than other stuff? I could go develop Faithful Hound here. Or develop Lackeys. Or I could have saved a copper. Oh, he had two of them. Look at that. Trickery. Amazing. Ooh, didn't find the seer. Not ideal. If you can get to 7 once, then. I didn't find the seer, and then I have 32s and 3s in my hand. Wonder if this gets him to 7. Oh well. Gross. Actually, see if he lets me. My stupid seer. It's a real failure. He should have 7 here pretty easily. I mean, I'll have 7 too. Question is, what do I get? Okay, so I do this, I'll have $8. But no cards in hand to do a save anyway. So I might as well do it this way. I mean, I guess I could have drawn. Maybe it'd been better. Whoops, sorry. It's probably better for me to draw. I just get confused by everything. He's so far ahead. Well, he's not so far ahead. He's some amount ahead. Got a draw. Alright. This should be set aside King's Court, right? This could be a hop. No. I guess I'll do it again until I find a seer. So bad. Seer's bottom decking. Yeah, he's gonna have one. This is bad draws. Probably worse deck building, but not good draws. I guess the fortunate thing here is that there's a lot of tricky stuff to do, so in theory you can catch up on a big turn if there's with some clean play. But if they play well, then they're gonna get way out ahead. Like the develop is gonna be a big deal. He really has to dud his next turn for me to kind of be close back in it. Which is hard with two villagers, and it's just hard with this deck. Is fairly clean now. I would not buy hop as him. I only bought a hop because I had 5 and I wanted some payload, but in general I think the better payload is the actions. Just expanding and developing a lot of stuff. I don't think there's... Oh, this is really cool. This is extraordinarily cool. I guess it probably doesn't matter, but it kind of prevents any opportunities to gain and play with develop. This is so bad. That's so bad. I can get my second King's Court and I can get an expand and a lackeys. But Sorry. This is going to take another undo. Alright. Maybe, well, I can gain the develop, so. I would rather save the copper than the estate. Gross. Super gross. He had a similar thing, it looks like, though. Oh, but then he paired him, so he still has the turn. Well, oh, okay. Canceled. Before I could grant it. My draw is bad, but it's not like out of character for my deck necessarily. I mean, that's just sort of what the cards in my deck are. I mean, this is like more of the copper than you would necessarily expect, but actually a gold gain isn't that crazy for developing. If you feel like you can draw the deck, it's better probably than a horn gain. But yeah, what can you do? As they say. One, two, three, four. I'm trying to see if I can. I mean, I just have to save the King's Court, don't I? Like, this isn't going to help me that much, but. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could be another developed by. Well, if something really weird happens, he probably should be able to end it on his turn. I would expect. But we'll see. I mean, I think for sure if he gets all the kings in a chain, but maybe with only 2, it's not really feasible. So I don't know that off his draws here that it was possible. I would say it was possible for his deck, but I wouldn't say that. I don't know from this point. From this point, I would suspect the answer is still yes. But he still has 5 cards left to draw as well, and he has to. I mean, he needs, if he's gonna pile, he needs to get a King's Court before this set of King's Court plays is done. That's not necessarily trivial. Or at least I would think he had to do that. That's fine, dude. I'm gonna grant it. But in order to do that, you have to play the expand first, which he maybe didn't have in hand. So I don't know just gaining King's Courts here if that's going to cut it. But maybe it will. He's got some horns and stuff, so maybe all horns is like sufficient. He can also just go for 5-ish provinces or something. 5 or 6 provinces, which is going to be more than I can score. For sure. Maybe even 7. This didn't take too long. He lied. Yeah, maybe just 8 actually. I suppose he's probably doing the just the pile out, but we'll see how many horns he plays, because it feels like it would have been enough to. Okay, just 5, 6. Yeah, province would have been fine too. Yeah, I didn't love every buy. I'm still not convinced necessarily that you have to open Faithful Hound over lackeys, but I get it now when I didn't see the arena stuff at first. I was assuming it was just for Horse Trader synergy, but I don't think Horse Trader synergy alone necessarily makes it better than getting the villagers, but I think with arena, it probably pushes it over the edge. I definitely had a couple really, I don't know if they're that unlucky, but very bad turns. A sequence of pretty awful turns. But the deck didn't really have the stuff in it to function that often either, so I won't say it was unlucky necessarily, but it was not good. No village to speak of here. So torture isn't actually all that threatening, as long as you have some labs. Conspirator, I mean, this is looking like a pretty simple deck in terms of just getting lots of labs, markets, and conspirators. Doing some thinning, probably playing with an expand as your terminal in the end of the game, though what you open with isn't immediately clear to me. It could be Conspirator or, not Conspirator. It could be Remodel or it could be Moneylender. It could be Bard, but probably not. I lean towards the Moneylender in general, but obviously there's also a counterfeit on the board, which might push you towards remodel. I'll just try remodel. This isn't a great draw. What's hard here is kind of deciding when you want to start adding conspirators. You can need more cantrips, but I probably will avoid silvers from here on out. This will be a counterfeit for me. This, okay, get the remodel miss. This will be lab. This will be the lab conspirator. Could go second counterfeit, but he gets his expand there, which is good for him. I didn't draw my counterfeit, which is sad. With a sufficiently good draw for him here, he may win the lab split, which is going to be brutal happening to me from first player. Looks like it happened. He could fail to have the money, but it's not that likely. Okay, he did fail to have the money, so we're going to split the labs, I believe. I don't think I got more than him. Question for me now is whether I need to go market or conspirator. It sucks that the counterfeit has been bottom decked repeatedly. Like, that's killing me, but I'm leaning towards market, actually, just because I may get enough. And I guess I don't know what money levels I'm likely to hit if two buys is likely to be sufficient. Guess what's hurting here is that I would like to have two buys on this turn, and I don't have it. Am I just missing something? Did the counterfeit not miss the shuffle? I guess I hadn't shuffled. Maybe I'm just totally confused about what's happening. He drew deck, so that's not ideal. He should probably be getting a market. I don't know how much money he'll have if he has enough to double ball. I might do that as him, as long as he's getting another buy with his expand play. It doesn't look very promising for me right now. Maybe it should have been a second counterfeit when I got that lab, but I've only played counterfeit. I bought counterfeit turn 5, right? And I've played it. Did I just like not play it one time I drew it? I don't know. I played it one time. So that's my life. Oh my gosh. Every single draw there was like one extra thing, but it didn't actually help me. Like everything I drew there to continue, like every time the labs or the conspirators were, next card is going to save me, except that everything I drew was not help my turn in any way, didn't improve my turn. This is crazy, actually. I'm so sad right now. This has a reasonable shot of just whiffing. This would be a good game to get tilted on if I was feeling like getting tilted. But what good would that do anybody? I think he's playing it really cleanly. I mean, I don't have any complaints with his purchases. I'm not actually watching. I mean, obviously there's some counterfeit choices some turns with copper silver. So it's not like I'm calculating out the math to see if maybe it would have been better to trash a silver and ball here or something, but I would be like confident as him in like emptying the conspirators if I had the money to do it now. Like that would just lock me out of having a deck. Like if he's got $14 that he can get to here, I would absolutely empty the conspirators. It'll give him more money than he can use on his next turn, but I don't actually like that very much at all. But I'll take it, I guess. I don't think it's going to be enough to help me win. Unfortunately, I think I'm too far behind for anything to help me. But I don't really like that buy. There's a lot of money still on the board. Well, this was better as far as drawing not all my terrible cards. So let's see. I can have... I can have 10, 14, which I just talked up, so maybe I'll just go with that. Well, it's not as clear for me. I could have thought about remodeling not the estate, but you can ball at the end for like 4 points and rather than a duchy for 3. Most like, although the duchy is potentially 5 on the first one, which may be all you get here. Yeah, I don't really think this changes the outcome in any way. I'm trying to think if I need more than 3 buys. I probably will. I don't remember how much I decided this gives me, but it's not impossible. Well, it's pretty hard. I was going to say it's not impossible for someone to dud. It's relatively hard for him to dud. Though, I can dream. He just has very, very few coppers. I'm not sure he has any coppers. He probably does. There's probably some played. Yeah, I don't think he has any coppers left. So, that's not really in the cards. He's going to be able to mill provinces some, and or he may be able to true triple once or twice. He may be able to true triple twice, which would be scary. He could certainly true triple and then double mill, which again will just eliminate too many of the points. Even with museum, it's not It's not like there's a comeback route here. It's possible that I should not have gotten a market there, but rather a second counterfeit. That would have been worth thinking about. Maybe he just can empty the estates too. That's also a possibility. That's not here, but I guess in theory you could get enough ball and stuff to do it. I guess he could try and set it up for next turn. Yes, you are. He can I'm trying to think. I don't know. He can do a lot of different stuff. I wouldn't stress out about it if I were him. I think if he had built more on his previous turn, he'd be in a reasonable position to end it now. And I don't think there was any risk of me emptying if he had gone more aggressive there. So I don't like the province, but don't expect it to make a difference to the outcome. Oh, his name's different on here than it is on Discord. He's a ruler. Like, you could lay him down and measure some stuff. I have his Discord name in the title of the video banner thing. Amo and Warfrat finished before us. Jeez. Oh boy. When did we start? 10? This is 2.5 hours already. Well, I don't know. I definitely took my time at some points, so I never have a good sense of relative play speed because my perception of my own time is so vastly biased or different than my perception of other people's turn times. I think I probably only would have had to type thinking once, maybe twice. But I'm not sure. I have such a strong reflex for the pop-up. Like, it's like my hand just starts to twitch towards yes. He's just gonna go for point stuff, which I think is like totally reasonable. I think completely a winning path. I only win if he draws, treasure, conspirator, dud. If he draws, there's no way. But yeah, I probably should have gotten the second counterfeit rather than the market. Unfortunately, I'm not really going to get a chance to... I'll do a big what if at the end here. Count my money and see if I could have done anything useful if I had gotten a counterfeit. Probably not. I hope you're all doing well on this fine Saturday afternoon or morning, as the case may be, evening, as the case may be. He just goes for additional province in the copper. He's worried about the point. I think the copper is 100% unnecessary, and probably the only thing that can sort of contribute to a potential loss. But, I don't think it's going to do it. But I do think it's pretty stinking useless. So this hand would have drawn with a counterfeit in hand still. So that's worth noting. Now, I'd have to score 23 points. So, doesn't really matter. But, you get the idea. I could have more buys. I could have 5 buys instead of 4 buys, which is still not useful. The silver to duchy play is not useful in any way. I wouldn't say at this stage. Fortunately, anything I can do here to try and score some points back will inevitably still lose. I'm trying to think. I have to assume full dud almost. Maybe not literal full dud, but mostly dud. In which case the remodel play becomes a bit I don't know what the word to describe what it is, but not the most useful thing in the world. I probably have to just do one province here. And hope for a dud. I don't know that an estate gain helps me or harms me in any real way. He certainly has winning conditions if he draws, so I have to just sort of set up to be winning if he basically just gets one province or something weird like that. Because nothing else is going to work. I didn't know I had that much money. That's quite a bit of money. I guess 4 provinces would have won for me if I had kept the... I had gotten an expand last turn instead of... No, that was not a thing I could do. But 1 expand now is reasonable. 1 province is reasonable. My theory, of course, is that I need to... Basically, that I need another turn anyway. Which it does not look like I'm getting it. Nope. Alright, so he wins 4-2. Nicely played. I'm going to type my usual ending spiel. And thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And tune in for more League later on.